Alright viewers, this is Acid Roots, and I'm going to continue this boss battle, which is the final fight of Donkey Kong Country 2, or at least the final normal fight. So unfortunately I just had one last hit to knock out this boss here, but he was just a little bit too slippery for my taste, and I wasn't really appreciating the last batch of tricks that they used for that final bit in this. So, I mean, otherwise I thought that this was going to be a cakewalk almost. I mean, really the final boss, I think I said this in the last episode, but the final boss in the first Donkey Kong Country was simple. I mean, he kind of was a bitch in some cases, but it wasn't nearly as bad as this one. I think they also learned that in the third Donkey Kong Country, because I'd have to say it's pretty much not, like I would have to say, I doubt that that game is that hard either. It's more just the secrets that you have to get, but this game really surprised me with just the complete ramp up here. So, but yeah, basically just strap yourselves in. This is definitely an episode you'd want to make popcorn for. I mean, honestly, I could have just combined this episode and the next episode and made it like a 30 or 35 minute episode, but basically, you guys should know by this point that I like my videos being less than 15 minutes. So you're basically getting a part 19, and so like I said, strap yourselves in. Kind of the main thing. So I'm trying to think of elsewise. It's been kind of a productive day for me. I mean, I've had a lot going on. I've been creating a lot of vlogs and stuff like that. I've had plenty of things just going on at this particular stage, so October has been a busy month, but I'm also excited to get done with this game because I have found myself another Super Nintendo game to do after this. I'm starting to really run low, especially with games that are not RPGs that I can actually beat, but it's just really kind of getting tricky anymore, so there's just not many. I mean, that's the main thing. I could go back to Super Metroid, but I'm really just not in the mood for that game right now. And that's the thing, I was last year, back in the summer of 2020, if I wouldn't have lost the save file, I probably would have been more inclined about doing that game, but as it were, it just didn't happen. So, I don't know, it's just a lost project in some cases. It's not like I can't beat Super Metroid, I have done it before, but this was kind of like, yeah, so. But yeah, so you also have Crash Team Racing. Now I can actually unveil that now that it's out and about, so that you've got that on the side and such. So, but yeah, don't even try to do some of these segments without Dixie Kong. It's just not gonna go down that well. I think I said last time that you have to be real skilled to do it. It might be a possibility, but you're looking at some real hardcore gamers. So, yep. Just another 11 minutes of this. But, yeah, I'm just trying to think of whatever else I have to talk about. I kind of, a little bit scant right now. I talked about this stuff. I had some deluxe macaroni and cheese, which is basically thicker noodles. So, I appreciate that sort of stuff. I was hungry. I get hungry at like 2 o'clock in the morning and midnight and stuff, so it's fun to do that. It's a perfect endeavor for this channel. It's exactly how I feel about my Acid Roots gaming channel. It's just me trying to say, like, this is exactly what I'm doing is what you should be doing. It should be like 1:30 in the morning right now, 2:15, something like that. You don't have shit to do for a little while. Just nothing but a couch, a PlayStation or an Xbox on with some YouTube videos, and essentially do it. I mean, that's really the main thing here. I'm just trying to come up with some memes for this sort of thing. But that's a huge bitch. There you go. I need more memes. Just can't really. I'm trying to think of what's been going on. I did watch the news yesterday, and that was interesting. Just trying to. Yeah, I kind of want to get some Little Caesars. A lot of stuff that I want. Sometimes I'll just see commercials for food, or I'll just think about food or something like that, and it'll just automatically make me hungry. I'm just kind of like, hell. I mean, it's the worst thing to see something like that and then realize that, you know, for whatever reason, you have to wait until you wake up. I mean, it's one thing to just say, okay, I'm going to get off work and then go eat. But it's another thing to have to go to sleep and sleep for 10 or so hours. I mean, that's the only problem with being awake around these times is, you know, like Little Caesars in America doesn't open until 11 a.m. So it's basically an afternoon session place, so you can't just go there at 8 o'clock in the morning. They assume that their employees are, what's it called? Not morning birds. This is kind of the situation, so you have to wait until it's almost noon before you can actually get a pizza. And even if you call in at 11, they're not going to have it ready until like 11:20 or 11:15 or something. So it's just one of those things. So that's the only thing. I mean, I normally like to pull all-nighters and that sort of stuff, but places like Arby's and Little Caesars, they just do not have. They open at like 10 and 11, and like my local video game store doesn't open until noon. So you can't just wake up at 6 o'clock at night and make it till 7 o'clock in the morning and think you're alright. You essentially have to get sleep. So you understand my predicament from that sort of angle as far as trying to pull an all-nighter so you don't have to sleep. Well, you basically do have to sleep because you're either having to be awake for like 20 hours or you have to wake up at a different time of day. But I mean, honestly, the reality of it is if you wake up just at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you're fine also, but it just kind of depends on what you do. So, these damn COVID hours are just fucking up everything. That's the main thing. Because, yeah, I mean, all these places used to open up, like Walmart in America, which is a grocery store if you're watching this from out of the country, used to be open 24 hours. Now it has a curfew. Which I think I hate the idea of Walmart having a curfew. It just really makes me mad because I used to be the person that would walk into a grocery store at like 3 o'clock in the morning just to get a pizza or something. Can't do that now. I don't know when I'm ever going to be able to. I may never be able to walk into Walmart at 3 o'clock in the morning again. It really sucks cock. I'm just going to have to call it like I see it. I don't like the concept behind that at all. But you know, these COVID hours are just a bastard and a half. Not conducive to night owls is what I'm trying to explain to you folks. So. Just trying to think of other things that have been typically going on. I mean, yeah, it's just like I was saying before, I really do not know just in terms of what I want to do with like the Super Nintendo anymore, because there's only so many games. I mean, I've beaten quite a few now that we're basically in the second, almost third year of me doing videos again on this channel, and I've done them. I mean, I'm trying to think, I might do like the first Sonic the Hedgehog or something, but really my palette is just getting relatively thin, and there's only how many generations of video game machines that I actually like. I mean, the NES games are too hard. I don't know the Sega Genesis, but some of those games are pretty tough also. I'm not really too big a fan of the Nintendo 64, so I just kind of run out of machines. I mean, there's games that I want to do, but I kind of feel like it just feels kind of awkward to only do like 1 or 2 NES games or 1 or 2 N64 games. Most of those games are just long. I mean, that's the thing. I don't really feel like doing, you know, Mario 64 or Donkey Kong 64 or something like that. I mean, those are just, You know, this is a basic game, and it's casual. On top of that, it's casual. You just have to look at it, and, you know, I mean, for the most part, I mean, this game isn't casual with this boss fight right here, but it's casual basically up to this point. I guess they just assume that most people who got their fun out of this game would kind of just move on and just say fuck beating the game, but you know, I actually went the extra mile and did it. So, and yeah, I mean, I've shown many times that I have gotten 102% in this. Probably when I was just a preteen. On top of that, I don't even get it at this stage, but I hit him with the cannonball. They're particular about it. They just, their hitbox, they want you to struggle with this. So, I do start getting kind of pissed off. I did throw that into his gun, so I don't know what was going on there. I know I'm about to lose in this fight, but for some reason I just didn't feel like admitting it. You know, sometimes if you get hit this early on, it's just kind of like you might as well just take the death and start over with 2 chimps again, because otherwise, I mean, yeah, you can get the second barrel, but it just depends upon when you get hit. I mean, that's really the thing, is if you think you can go through 3 bouts before getting hit again, then go for it, but it just really depends. So especially the 7, 8, 9 bouts, those last 3 segments before you defeat him. So yeah, there's just no room for error in those segments. That's completely, you'll see when we get to the next episode what I mean by that. So yeah, it's been a pretty lengthy episode. I'm just trying to think of other things to sit there and yap about. Are you pulling out your hair yet, viewers? Does it make you teeth gnashingly mad? I don't know. I would kind of enjoy this sort of thing. If I was watching this and this wasn't me, I'd probably have a pretty stellar time with it. It'd be amusing, but I'd probably be like, damn it, you know, beat this asshole already. Something like that. It's difficult finding those types of videos. There just are certain things that you watch in video games sometimes that, despite the fact that you're not making progress, it's still kind of addicting. And I just didn't expect this game to be that, because I wouldn't have predicted it. Like, probably as recent as like 6 months ago, I wouldn't have seen that, or even 2 months ago. I thought I was going to have this boss fight in the bag. So, but yeah, I mean, the game is trying to incline you to use Dixie Kong. That's the real character here that's going to make it the easiest in this fight. That's what you have to understand. So hopefully you got the skill set down. Yep, you definitely want to use the hair spin for this. He does. Oh yeah, he turns invisible. So that's another thing. Trying to run out of things as far as what to talk about here. Yeah, so that was number 8. Now pay specifically attention to this last part, because this is like the most maniacal of it all. You just have to understand, chances are you're going to get hit on that last segment. There's not really too many essential ways. The purple ones reverse your controls, so you're going to have to know that when you want to move right, you have to push left. So, but luckily you'll go back to normal after taking a hit, but he teleports. That's the thing. You have to really have your reflexes up. That's kind of the thing there. You really have to have your reflexes up to make sure. I mean, I don't think he teleports to left and right and stuff, but he might. Don't take my word for that. So, but you just have to know which direction so you don't run into him, because he will gun butt you and pretty much knock you off the screen. And well, I mean, no matter what, if he hits you, you've lost a chimp. So that's just kind of, there's no way of avoiding it unless you're just out of his range. So, but then you do. I mean, the whole thing about it, you're going to see in the next episode that the whole thing about it is the fact that he will, you know, even when he's using like the inhale function of his gun, he will teleport. So you have to be quick when you throw the cannonball. I mean, it's a split second. You only have a limited amount of time to finish him off, kind of thing. Alright, so subscribe for more fun. Stay tuned for hopefully the finale. I might break it up into 2 episodes. There might be a part 20. I'm not really sure. So, have a wonderful night. Subscribe for more fun. Thanks for watching.